I bought my first Tamiya truck and I am super excited to do this. I booked myself to go to the UK RC Truckers National Gathering and I thought I want to take my own truck. So I've never built a Tamiya truck before. The event's in a week, so I've got a week to basically learn how to build this thing, get it all together and get it running before the event. I was trying to decide between the Grand Hauler, the King Hauler, or the Globe Liner, but I decided in the end to go with the Grand Hauler. I love the stacks and stuff like that. It just looks absolutely fantastic. So let's take a look at what we get in the box and then let's start building this thing because I've got my work cut out and we haven't got a lot of time. Man, this box is so big I can hardly fit it on my desk. It's massive. So what do we get in the box? In the middle, we've got the actual cab. Looks like we've got the windows and everything there as well for the cab. Right hand side, we're going to have to take all that out in a minute, but it looks like we've got all of our tyres. I'm guessing we got our motor and stuff like that in there, and probably all of our parts bags. And then left hand side, we've got the body for the driver, we've got the rear arches, we've got all of our chrome bits and pieces in there by the looks of it. So I'm going to set the camera up, we'll take everything out one at a time and we'll have a look and see what's in there, and then I can start getting on with building this thing. Okay, so let's start with the truck cab first of all, shall we? So it looks like we've got our windscreen and our windows in that bag. Okay, then we've got the actual cab itself. Let's just get this thing out of the bag and have a look at it. This thing just looks absolutely awesome. I can't wait to get this thing painted and see it with all the stacks on there and everything and all the tanks on the side, and yeah, that is just going to look absolutely awesome. And what else we got in here? We got some of the wheels, nice chrome wheels. They look really, really nice. Looks like we've got some more wheels there as well. Liking the look of those deep dish wheels there. That looks really, really cool. Next up, we've got, I'm assuming these are what, like gearbox pieces must be, maybe. I'll figure it out when I go through the instructions. And the last thing we've got is, again, I've got no idea. It looks like side girders or something. Okay, let's see what we've got over here. So we've got the arches. They look really, really cool. Then we've got the driver. Obviously, I'm going to have to get the driver painted. You know, can't be having him in there white, can we? So, yeah, I'll have to get him painted and get him in there as well. And obviously, we've got these really nice chrome tanks. I think they just look awesome. Can't wait to get this thing built. Oh, now this is nice. That chrome grille. And one of the things that really drew me to the Grand Hauler as well is that visor, the windscreen visor. I just think that's going to look absolutely awesome. Yeah, this is just going to look so cool. Okay, so now we're down to the smaller boxes. So I'm going to get the big box off the bench and then we can go through each smaller box and see what we get in there as well. Okay, so before we get stuck into both these boxes, looks like we get our aluminium frame rails to actually put the rig together. We've got our instructions and hopefully should be all of our stickers and everything there as well. I'm definitely going to be needing these, that's for sure. Okay, let's start with Big Red. Okay, so first off, ooh, look. We've got all of our tyres. They look really, really cool. Looking forward to getting those on there. And then we've got all of our parts bags. So we got our D bag, C, which looks like all of our gears, all of our bushings and stuff, which, talking about the bushings, I've actually ordered a full bearing kit so we can replace all the bushings with bearings. This is, my mate Wayne from Stock RC suggested that to me because he's got a Tamiya truck already and he was like, yeah, ditch the bushings, get the bearings. So I've got the bearing kit. We've got parts bag A, which looks like a whole load of screws and stuff like that. We've got parts bag F, which I've got no idea what's in there, but I'm sure we'll find out. We've got parts bag G, which, oh, there we go. We've got more screws, we've got Allen wrenches and stuff like that. So just in case you don't have tools, looks like it comes with all the stuff that you'd need as well, so that's cool. We've got these, which I'm guessing are possibly our stacks, the exhaust stacks. So yeah. We've got parts bag B, which that one looks like our leaf springs and so on as well. Got parts bag E. There's some big old nuts and stuff in there, isn't there? So there's some washers and screws and bits and pieces. Oh, then we got some more goodies. We got gel and we got grease. I'm guessing this is going to be for the diffs and stuff like that. No idea what that is. And that's about the only thing so far I do know what it is. That's our 540 can motor. Now, I haven't decided what I'm going to do about all the electronics yet. I was considering putting a brushless system in it, just a Hobbywing Fusion SE, just because, you know, by the time you add up the price of motors in the SE, sometimes it's cheaper just to go for something like a Fusion SE. But I might stick with the 540 can and just stick either like a Hobbywing 1080, or I've got loads of ESCs and stuff knocking around from rigs I've taken apart, so we'll see what we're going to use for that. So then we've got our last box. Okay, so it looks like we've got more body parts and stuff like that. So again, no idea what that is, but I'm sure we'll find out. More shiny chrome pieces, that's really cool. Oh, we got our seats and everything for the interior, so that's really nice. I'm looking forward to seeing what the interior is like. I might paint the interior. I might do, I don't know, maybe like red or brown leather seats or something. I'll have a look and see what it looks like. But yeah, I'm going to try and paint the interior as well if I can, so it's a bit more detailed when you see it through the windscreen. We got some cool looking red lights. We got another big bag of parts. I'm guessing these are maybe the rear panel cover and everything for the cab. Looks like we got some chrome light buckets. Got some plastic gears. I'm sure we're going to have fun doing those. No idea what that is. Okay, this looks like potentially some, like, you know, chassis bracing pieces. There's probably going to be to go between the chassis rails. Then we've got what looks like our axle housings, so we can assemble our axles. That's really cool. We've got what looks like some more light covers and stuff like that. We've got some little orange light covers. I'm guessing they're probably for the top of the cab. And then we've got more shiny chrome pieces, and it looks like potentially the top of the exhaust stacks there as well. And we've basically got two of that same bag by the looks of it. That is an empty box. Then I did also pick up two just pretty basic steering servos for the gear change. And then Radiolink actually sent me this transmitter, which, if we have a look at this, so I'm going to be using this Radiolink RC8X because I want to be, you know, driving and filming at the same time. I'm not going to be able to have like a two-handed controller. So yeah, hopefully with this thing I can do all the buttons and everything I need. So I can do like horn and lights and all that kind of stuff, but you know, still be able to drive one-handed. Obviously it's quite a big transmitter with all the buttons you've got on there. So obviously it's going to be testing my thumb reach. But yeah, this thing looks really, really cool. They have also sent me the camera and everything for this as well, so that you can actually do like FPV, so you can see everything on the screen as well. So we'll take a look at this in a bit more detail once we've got all the rig put together and we can actually, you know, use it. But yeah, this is going to be the transmitter that I will be using for the build. Oh, just in case I didn't show you when I took the instructions out, you do get all your stickers and everything in there as well. I will be sticking the stickers on the rig because I do love a sticker. I do also have, I think it's an ESS1 dual sound module, which I'm hoping to run on the rig. I'm going to get some LED lights and stuff on there as well, so hopefully it should be fully kitted out, all the sounds, all the lights and everything. So I am going to get cracking reading these instructions so I can start assembling it. Now, I'm not going to tell you what colour I'm going to paint it. I'm going to leave that as a surprise, but if you know me, you can probably guess what colour it's going to be. I'm going to go get the body painted, and then what I'll do is I'll come back shortly once I've made a bit of progress. I'm not going to take you through the entire build, because obviously if you've got one or you're going to get one, you can just read the instructions to go through that. But I'll jump back and forth as I go through it so you can see it as the build progresses. So let's get cracking with this build. Okay, we've got the first bit of the truck assembled. I've probably spent a good like 4 hours or so on it so far. So the ladder frame is all done. So we've got the side steps on there, we've got the tanks on there, we've got the gearbox and everything all assembled. We've got the rear axles assembled with those really nice deep dish rear wheels. Absolutely loving those. So underneath we've basically got leaf springs on the rear with obviously the axles. Doesn't have a massive amount of suspension movement, to be honest. Well, obviously it's a truck, you don't need loads. Then you've got obviously a really long prop shaft. And on the front, again, you've got leaf springs. Again, you know, not really any movement. They're very, very stiff, these leaf springs. You can see, you know, there's a bit of movement, but not a lot. To be honest, if I do end up using it outside or anything, I'll probably just remove some of the leaf springs just to give it a little bit more flex. But, you know, it is a truck at the end of the day, isn't it? You can see we've got two servos on the front. So we've got our gear shift servo and we've got our steering servo. Now I have fitted the Tamiya motor. I was going to fit a Hobbywing Fusion Pro, but it was fouling the steering servos. But actually, while I was just looking at this, I think what I might be able to do, if I just show you a second. So here's the Fusion SE. I think I might just say Pro, but here's the Fusion SE. It's a brushless system. But basically, when it sits on here, you might be able to just see, but it looks like it'll clear the gear shift servo. The issue was the steering servo, but only because, might be hard to see, but only because it looks like it's going to foul the cable. But what I was just looking at, I didn't think of this sooner. was that actually there's my gear shift servo over there. Sorry, there's my steering servo over there. And obviously that's the one that's causing the problem with the cable. Yes, it is, yeah. Yeah, so there's the steering servo there that's causing the problem with the cable. But actually, if I just flip the servo around and then just basically swap the arm around to go that way, hopefully, then that might solve my problem. It just means the linkage will be about here instead of here. But, you know, shouldn't be an issue. As long as I still got movement, I should be fine. It doesn't foul the gear shift servo. So I'm not going to do that right now, but I think I might give that a try because I'm not fussed on the stock Tamiya motors. They're really noisy. I always find them not very responsive and they make a horrible whine. And obviously I want to put the sound unit and everything on this as well. I don't want to be listening to like... Yeah, that's an annoying noise, isn't it, even when I make it. So yeah, I don't want to listen to that really horrible noise. So I really want the brushless in there because it'll be super quiet. But anyway, so I might try and do that off camera and just see if I can get that fitted. And if I do, then obviously I'll let you know in part 2. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think it looks fantastic so far. To be fair, I haven't minded the build that much, to be honest. I'm not really a builder. It kind of took more getting my head around the fact that you actually have to follow the instructions because, you know, when you're putting all the pieces on there, you've got to use the right screws and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, when you're doing upgrades for RCs like I tend to do, you kind of just wing it. You just basically take it apart, you put it back together and you know what you're doing. But obviously with something like this, you've got to use the correct screws and stuff like that. So it took a bit of kind of getting my head around the fact that I actually need to read the instructions, which, you know, not to be stereotypical, but as a man, you know, you don't really want to read instructions, do you? Just be like, I'll just whack it together and it'll be fine. And then you think, oh, actually, I need to read the instructions. Obviously, I've got to paint the body. I need to do all the interior and everything. I need to do the rear arches and get those painted. I have assembled the driver. I need to get him painted as well, paint the interior and everything. And like I said, I think I'll try and swap that Tamiya motor for the brushless system. I also need to put together my sound module, which is obviously going to sit in the cab. I need to sort some lights out, which I haven't even bought my lights yet. And the event's on Sunday and it's currently Monday. So yeah, got my work out for me in the next few days. So I'm going to try and get this video edited and get it up on the channel so you can kind of follow along the journey with me this week while I try and get this thing ready. Obviously it's a bit of a mad rush, but you know, you can't be a bit of a deadline to push you to get something done. I have bench tested it really quickly and I can shift gears. It's got drive, nothing's binding or anything like that. It all seems nice and smooth. Oh, when I assembled the axles and everything, I just used a bit of white marine grease for all of my lube for my diff gears and all that kind of stuff. So because I thought just in case I do end up using it outside, at least this bit of marine grease is going to protect it and waterproof it a little bit. But yeah, so that's what I use. I didn't use any of the standard Tamiya stuff or anything like that. And also, like I said, I did use the rubber sealed bearings, not the bushings or the metal bearings. So yeah, you know, hopefully should be all good. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little unboxing and just seeing what I've done so far. I'll get cracking with the rest of it and get it painted and everything, and then I'll be back with part 2. If you enjoy my little Tamiya build journey, then be sure to give us a like and be sure to check back for part 2, which I'll hopefully be able to get done in the next few days. And then obviously going to the event, I will be getting some footage of it running, and obviously I'll be getting some footage of the other trucks at the truck event as well. So if you do watch this video before you go and you see me there, then give us a shout and say hello. Be awesome to, you know, run my truck with some other trucks. This will be the first time I've actually ran a truck, so I'm probably going to be the guy that's like driving into everything and not doing a very good job. Don't ask me to reverse because that probably won't end very well. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching the first episode and we will see you on the next one.